Hello, my beautiful friends. I am so thrilled that you are here. Today's episode is all about taking a scrap piece of wood out of my wood pile, a 1x10 that was about 30 inches long, and making 3 high-end DIY dupes out of it. You don't want to miss this at all. It was awesome. Welcome to the scrap pile. This is only a small portion of what I have. We are going to pull a piece out today and make something absolutely awesome. I am Linda E. Bingham and I'm thrilled that you are here. Today I found a 1x10 that was approximately 30 inches long, and it had a crack all the way down the middle on one piece. So I am going to show y'all how to do a live edge, which is awesome. But I decided to cut this board in half and make 2 charcuterie boards or decorative display boards. These are not to be used for food. These are really just for decoration and home decor. What I love about making these boards is there are no rules. As you can see, I am sketching it out with a pen, kind of what I want, where I want the handle, and I just cut the board in half to make it easier to put it on the bandsaw. And I just start cutting out my design, the handle part of it. It's a pretty simple, easy project. Once you have your design laid out, you just take it. You can use a scroll saw. You can use a jigsaw. I just happen to be using the bandsaw. And from here, it is ready for the sander. And I use a combination of the belt sander and a rotary sander. And I just really want to get the rough edges off of this originally. But there is old paint, chippy paint that absolutely looks awesome in the end. And I wanted to leave a lot of that in order to see the patina of it. Then I take it to the drill press. Again, I'm using a drill press. You can use a drill to do this as well with a drill bit, but I chose to make a bigger hole in the top of it, and I just went through, made the hole, and now I'm just going to use the palm sander, the orbital sander. This is an easy project at this point. I'm sanding off what the pieces, the rough edges. I think there's like 3 or 4 layers of paint on this, and I want to get down to the other layers so I can see the different colors come through. They're very subtle, but there's some white paint, there's some gray paint, and I think there's even some blue paint deep down inside there. So you just, at this point, it is no rhyme, no reason, just your complete creativity. And I love using the sander on the edges because it will kind of round out those edges, take the sharpness off of it. I did not want the ends of this to be smooth, I guess you could say. I wanted to look like it was like super old. And you can see that I'm just taking the sander in the little holes, trying to get it smoothed out. And again, it's just, at this point, it's just a little bit of creativity to see what, at the end result, what you like. And I would say this is done for now. I'm going to move on to the other piece that had the crack in it, and I am making a live edge. And as you can see, I just took my hands and cracked it in half. Again, I'm using my pen, drawing out the design that I wanted. I wanted a longer handle on this one, kind of offset. And I'm going to use that live edge to my advantage. And I'm using all the bottom part of this Now, y'all stay tuned for this. This gets really comical because you're fixing to see bloopers. There we go. I lost my sanding pad. There's once. Yeah, it just twirls and twirls, and in a second it just flies off. Wait for it. There we go. It flies off. Now, I pick it up and put it back on and go to sand again, and what does it do? It flies off before it ever gets to the wood. Y'all, it gets comical. It not only flies off once, twice, 3 times. I go get a new piece of sandpaper and go to say, oh, and here we go. We're offset. We're not working properly, and it comes off. These sanders are absolutely awesome, but they do wear out. The hook and loops wear out, and here we go. We're fixing to fly off again. There we go. There it is again. 5 times, and I decide I'm done with this. You know, I should have learned the second or third time, but I didn't. I put it back on, and then I decide, no, we're going to the belt sander. So on the belt sander, I love how I roll the edges because it gives it a smoother, rounded surface on the edge. And I did not worry about the end of this being straight. And I went ahead and put a smaller hole in this one because I liked it a little bit better. My handle is more narrow, so I put a smaller hole in the handle. And as you can see, I was able to make 2 charcuterie boards, display boards from that one piece. Now, this is another reason why I have so many scrap pieces, because you never throw anything away. I took those little pieces that came off the corners of where the handle was cut out, and I took those and made 3 hearts. I was able to get them in 3 different sizes to kind of make a trio display for someone. And again, I just rounded the edges. No rhyme, no reason. I just took and traced it out on the board where it would fit, and just made 3 amazing little pieces from the corners of the leftover wood, the scrap wood. And these are really great to gift to someone or use in a display in your home, just whatever. They are absolutely cute little gift ideas that you can make out of those little bitty pieces of scrap wood. So never throw anything away whenever you are working with wood. Instead, make something awesome. Now, we're on to that other piece that has a live edge on it, and I had decided to make some coasters or maybe some candle display boards, whatever you want to use them for, with a live edge, and I ended up with 4 out of this one. Seriously, this project, all 3 of these projects are super simple. It's just cutting and sanding and getting it to being smooth and pretty, basically. So that's all I did with these 4 pieces, is I just sanded them down with the live edge on each one of them. I got some of the paint off of it to make raw wood, and you'll see in a little bit what I do with that when it comes to conditioning the wood. Now here I have 2 of the pieces. You'll see I am going to test out Old English scratch cover as well as Howard's Butcher Block conditioner. I wanted to see which one that I liked best. Kind of had an idea it would be the Butcher Block. But if you've never used the Old English scratch cover, it is a great alternative to staining something, because it does give it a little bit of a stain effect. But I really think I like the Butcher Block conditioner, and I tried putting the 2 together, It was goopy and kind of oily, but it eventually soaked in because the wood is raw and just soaked it right on in. But I love these little hearts that I did out of the corners of the charcuterie boards. I love this little display of hearts. So I decided to do the Howard's conditioning, butcher block conditioning oil on the display boards. I think it turned out to be an absolutely beautiful color whenever it was conditioned. I love the way it brought it out. It wasn't too dark. It wasn't too light. It was just, to me, the right hue in the wood. And again, these are for display only. They're not to be used for food prep. So you can put a plate of food on it, yes, but not food directly on the boards. And as you can see, I just wiped and wiped until it began to soak in, and went ahead and did all of the boards as well as the hearts. And I moved on to the coasters and did them the same. I just used the Howard's Butcher Block Conditioner. I will leave a link below in the description to find the Butcher Block Conditioner as well as the Old English scratch cover if you would like to try this on any projects that you may have. All three of these projects can be found in my Etsy store as well, and I am going to put a link to that if you would like to purchase any of these 3 items that I have done. I want y'all to know that any purchases that you may do from my Etsy store goes to the Craft Cottage to restore that house and bring it back from total destruction into the house that I have in my head that I know it can be. So any purchases that you do from me goes, all of the money and the profits go to that. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the 3 items that I made from 1 by 10 by 30 scrap piece of wood. And I encourage you to go out and get creative in your own way and bring life to old items by repurposing them, and find your passion in your creativity. Y'all have a blessed day.